Hey guys, and welcome back to Love English. I'm Sabrah. Today I have a little, hopefully enjoyable vocabulary test for you. So we're looking at similar words, so words which are often confused in the English language, and we're going to see if you guys know the difference. And if you don't know the difference, you are going to learn it today. Don't forget guys to subscribe, click that lovely red button, and also click the notification bell, and that way you will not miss one of our lessons, so make sure you do click that as well. Also follow us on social media, our links are here. I'm going to say hello today in two languages, in Hindi and in Polish. These have been two requested languages, so here we go. I'm going to say namaste, namaste and cześć. Okay guys, so number one. I don't know this city. Can you guide or steer me through it? I don't know this city. Can you guide or steer me through it? What do you think it is? Have a little think. Okay, it is guide. I'm sure you guys all got that. The difference between these two verbs is that steer is often used for cars, ships, aeroplanes, things like that, when we're actually driving it. We're actually moving it in a certain direction. So that is steer. But steer can also be used like guide, meaning change direction for something or push it in a certain direction. But we use it in a more formal context. For example, we might say, the government are really steering education in a new direction. The government are really steering education in a new direction. It means they're moving them in that direction. But when we're talking about going around a new city, we would say, can you guide me? Guide is much more general, it's more frequently used, and so it's the right one in this sentence. So number two, I was brought up or grown up by my grandma. I was brought up or grown up by my grandma. Which is it? Okay, let's do the answer. I'm sure you guys got this one. It is I was brought up. Brought up is when someone else is actually raising us. So they're feeding us, taking us to school, paying for our education, telling us off if we're playing too much PlayStation. All of those things that are very active that parents or other people who might bring us up will do for us. Grow up, we do it by ourselves. So grow up is what we actively do, and bring up is what someone else does for us. Number three, can you believe it? The local shop was stolen or robbed. Can you believe it? The local shop was stolen or robbed. What is it, guys? Have a think. Okay, guys, it was robbed. Very important, this difference, because it's easy to make a mistake, but if you make a mistake, it sounds ridiculous. So if you say, for example, I was stolen, this means that you were taken, all of you were kidnapped. You can say I was robbed because it means that something was taken from you. So robbed is when we steal something from inside something. So for example, if someone robs you, they take your bag or they take the wallet that was in your pocket. If someone robs a shop, they take what's in the till, the bank the same, they're taking what's inside. But steal is to steal the whole thing. So if you say you stole the shop, you mean you steal the whole shop. You stole the whole shop. But you'd have to be very strong and it would take a long time to do something like that. So it's not really possible. Number four, can you speak up? I can't hear or listen you. Can you speak up? I can't hear or listen you. Okay guys, I'm going to do this one quickly as I think it's fairly easy. This one is I can't hear you. Hear just means to receive sound. Yeah, we don't have to do anything. You're receiving sound, you're hearing sound. Like for example, you would say, oh, I heard a noise, or oh, I think I just heard the postman. You're hearing things. Listen is when we actually pay attention. So, shh, I want to listen to this, or listen to me. And listen goes with the preposition to. We listen to something. We are paying attention to that thing. So here the person was saying that they weren't able to hear because it was too quiet. They couldn't receive sound, yeah? So they couldn't hear them. So in this sentence, it was hear. Number 5. What an amazing painting. I really admire your innovative or your creativity. I really admire your innovative or your creativity. Which do you think it is, guys? Have a little think. I'll give you a clue. There's a grammar issue. Okay, let's do the answer. It is, I really admire your creativity. Here we're saying I admire something, your ability, your creativity, your painting. Yeah, it's a noun. Innovative is an adjective. We could say you're innovative. Yeah. Now, creative and innovative are also different in terms of meaning. Creative means that you can make things from scratch. You are artistic. Innovative means that you lead in terms of change, that you develop new things. So we can say that somebody is innovative if they think of new solutions to problems, or if they create something that is new or different. But creativity is more general. So you can say, wow, you're so creative. Look at the way you play music. You know, you're so creative with the way you play music. Okay, number 6. There are people from all over the world living in this city. There's a lot of multicultural or diversity. What do you think it is? Okay, let's do the answer. It is, there's a lot of diversity. Now this is a grammar point because multicultural was an adjective. So hopefully you noticed that, guys, and you saw that multicultural was an adjective and it can't go after a lot of. We can't say there's a lot of multicultural. We could say there's a lot of, can you guess it? Multiculturalism. Yes, that is the noun there. Multiculturalism means that there's lots of different cultures living together, whereas diversity can be used to describe all sorts of things. It can be an art gallery has a lot of diversity, meaning there's so much variation in terms of the ages or the styles. It's not just about cultures and nationalities diversity, it's broader than that. Number 7, she's very quiet. She doesn't participate in the class very much. What do you think it is? Okay, guys, let's do the answer. It is, I know you got it, participate. Yes, she doesn't participate in the class. We can't say she doesn't join in the class because join in would mean participate, phrasal verb, but we can't say join in the class. You can't double the ins there, so it wouldn't make sense. Join in does mean the same as participate, but here we just had join. Join can mean start, become a member, things like that. Participate means actually be involved in something. So here, the right word was participate. Number 8. He recently composed or comprised a new piece of music. He recently composed or comprised a new piece of music. What could it be? Okay, let's do the answer. It is composed. Now these words are difficult as composed has 2 meanings, comprised doesn't. Compose can mean, as it does in this case, to write or to create, something like that. So to compose something. So we might compose a poem or a new proposal, something like that. But often we talk about musicians composing a new piece of music. But compose can also mean that something is composed of, that there are different things, that it consists of different things. So for example, we could say the United Kingdom is composed of 4 countries, Scotland, England, Wales, Northern Ireland. In the same way that we can use comprised. Comprised means the United Kingdom is comprised of, and then the same. So it is confusing here, but because it is the other meaning of composed, that is why in this case composed fits and comprised doesn't. Number 9. She still won the game of tennis, although or despite her broken ankle. She still won the game of tennis, although or despite her broken ankle. What could it be? Okay, guys, it is despite. Now, this is a grammar test. Despite and although have the same meaning. In spite of, despite, although, they have very, very similar meanings, but they cannot grammatically work in the same way. although has to go with a verb phrase, so a subject plus verb. So for example, it would be, although she had a broken ankle, something like that. But despite and in spite of can go with a noun or a gerund, so a verb in the ing form, or a phrase beginning the fact that. So quite a lot of grammar there for you. Number 10. The results of the vote will be notified or announced today. The results of the vote will be notified or announced today. Okay, it is announced. I'm sure you guys got that. I'm sure you did. So announced means that something is publicly said, whereas notified is something you get on a much more personal level. So you can be notified of something, given a note, usually in the written form. The difference here is really that announced is more spoken, a public announcement, for example, or a TV announcement, and notified, if you look at it, note, is much more in the written form. Number 11. She was, surprisingly or interestingly, engaged in my talk on geopolitics. She was, interestingly or surprisingly, engaged in my talk on geopolitics. What could it be? Okay, guys, let's do this one quickly. It is surprisingly. She was surprisingly engaged. Surprisingly, it's here because this is surprising. We're saying the person is saying this is a difficult topic, geopolitics. So it is surprising that she was so interested in it, or he was so interested in it. Number 12. I managed or handled to pass my driving test. I managed or I handled to pass my driving test. What do you think it is? It is managed. So the difference here is a little complex. To manage something can also be about the end result. I managed to, as we had in this sentence, to pass. I managed to live in a country I didn't like, for example. It's about the end result, the achievement, even though it was difficult. Handle is about you dealing with it at the time. Okay, number 13. Passing IELTS with 7.0 can be difficult to succeed or achieve. Passing IELTS with 7.0 can be difficult to succeed or achieve. What could it be? That's right, the answer is achieve. Okay, achieve. So succeed is similar, but perhaps it's more about the finishing, the success, than the process. Also here, guys, we've got a grammar issue as to why we can't use succeed. If we want to say that we succeeded with something, we need to say that we succeeded in, for example. It is possible to use succeed in this sentence, but you would need that preposition in. You succeed in doing something. Number 14. We really need to conserve or keep our environment more. We really need to conserve or keep our environment more. Which do you think it is? I'm sure you guys all got this. The answer is conserve. Keep is a very general verb. Keep your promise. I'm going to keep going to that class. It can mean continue. Conserve is a lot more specific. It means to protect or to take care of. We often use it when we're talking about the environment or looking after old buildings, things of historical or cultural significance and things like that. Number 15, the last one. Yay! I hope you guys are doing very well in these. I'm sure you are. He didn't look very happy about going to the opera. He scowled or grinned. He didn't look very happy about going to the opera. He scowled or grinned. What could this be? I'll give you a clue, guys. A scowl looks like this. A grin looks like this. So what do you think it is? It is he scowled. So when we scowl, we're unhappy about something. We scowl. When we grin, we're very happy usually. A grin is a big smile. So here, the perfect one, of course, would be scowled because he wasn't happy about going to the opera. All right, everybody, that is the end of our vocabulary test. Please comment below and let me know your score. And also try to use any of these words that you didn't know in a sentence below. You can also ask me any questions if you're still not clear on the meaning. We love seeing your comments, guys, so do make sure you leave us a comment. Don't forget to follow us on social media. There's the links again, and click that lovely subscribe button. We'll see you soon on Love English. Bye bye.